an interesting game. I'm wondering if Focus is going to try some sort of bunker play again, like he did in both of the other games. It was much more successful in his first game, but it could have done a good amount of damage in the second game. It could have taken down that expansion.
All right, so spawning over here in the top left, we have our pink Terran player, who is Focus, and he is choosing the best color to be. Pink is the best in here. All right, and spawning over here on the right side of the map, we have our green player, Dunne, who is part of xGamers. So we're going to see if he takes it. He had just really solid play last time. You know, once he got into the macro game, started, you know, knowing what he was going to do and reacting, or, you know, sort of being one step ahead versus reactionary.
Absolutely.
He did a really good job. And he wasn't that far off, I think, from actually holding off the sort of the proxy rack bunker play from
in
the
game
first
one.
Game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel
if
like...
you were just joining us...
Go ahead.
All right, if you're just joining us, I am Pyronia, and with me is my co-caster, Phegan. We are with rhgaming.com, so you can check us out over there. I'd also like to give a nice shout-out to our wonderful host for the evening, that is Zeke.com, Z33K.com. And our admin for the night is Doomsville, so show him some love. He's been working his butt off to make sure that this tournament goes smoothly without a hitch. You can also follow Zeke on Twitter at Zeke Gaming, and you can follow myself on Twitter. I am Pyronia, and Phegan, give us your info.
Phegan. It's a Phegan, for those of you who don't know that PH makes an F sound.
Oh, you non-phonetic people, you.
I'm sorry. I'm
English
sorry.
Is so ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
Should be spelled with an F.
Then it's not nearly as cool.
No.
All the cool kids spell their name with PHs.
No.
It's true. It's true.
I don't know. That's one thing I love about languages like Japanese, which are syllabic. You don't have to worry about it. It's spelt how it sounds. Alright, so unfortunately no scouting information for our little Dunne probe over here. He might be able to do some harassment of this SCV, but he's not going to be able to see what is behind door number 1.
Yeah, well, there really isn't a ton for him to see, although, wow, that is a early second gas. I'm surprised he's going with that's such an early gas, and we do have the Marines rallied out, just to the front of the expansion, so it looks like he's just going to kind of hang them out there. The SCV is just going in for the scout, and other than that, I'm wondering what he's doing with the second gas.
Yeah, and actually a little bit, he got a orbital later than is typical. Most Terrans get it on 15, so that was different. So I'm wondering if he's going to be going for some sort of Banshee play.
That's what my first guess would have been, that he's going some sort of Banshee play. Ooh, we have a proxy pylon going up in the third of where Focus would normally put his third. So that should come into play. Are we going to see some sort of super aggressive play by Dunne? No, we don't.
You know, I would be just surprised, based on how he's been playing, I would be surprised to see something sort of wonky and super aggressive. But looks like we are going to have a proxy.
Oh, proxy Stargate. There we go.
It is getting footed almost right away, unfortunately.
Oh, and we actually got the cancel on that, so he's not going to take a ton of loss for that, though his plan has been thwarted. So he's going to have to come up with a backup plan and see what he's going to go with. And for, yep, we are going to see a Banshee play. Like we said, the Tech Lab has gone down as the factory, and the Starport is building right next to the factory. So,
all right, so we have Workgate almost done. We'll see if there's a fast robotics facility. He's going to do just fine. He already has some stalkers on the field. But we do see 3-gate, so it's not uncommon to see a 3-gate robo play.
Absolutely not.
I think that Dunne is a good enough player that he should know Banshee timing, but this is a pretty fast, it is a really fast Banshee.
It's a very fast Banshee.
You rarely see a second gas before an orbital.
Now, did he actually scout that second gas? No, like we mentioned, he never got in. So he has no idea what's going on in that Terran base.
Stargate going down, so we might actually see 2-port Banshee, which is pretty devastating because we can have one Banshee over here harassing while the other one is harassing over here. So if he gets close for him, it's going to be pretty dangerous.
We do have a robo started, so he should be okay. That robo, since observers are so quick to build, he should be able to get those observers out. we have a Raven coming out first. This isn't a Banshee.
I mean, it's possible he's going to follow up with a Raven.
You know what we're seeing?
The Banshee, but I don't know.
We're seeing a 1/1 double starport all in. I think he's going to all in on this. Just a hunch. I could be very terribly wrong, but just a hunch.
And he is following the Raven up with Banshee.
And he has stopped probe production.
You mean SCV production?
That's exactly what I mean, SCV production. Yes, he has.
So 24 to 31. You know, and Ravens do. I mean, point defense drone is pretty good against stalkers.
Oh, it's so good against stalkers. I'm not 100% sure how much I like if this actually does go all in. Only because SCV production has restarted, so he did cut it for a short period of time. But he's gonna. My point is, the Dunne's gonna have this expansion up and running before this hits, so he's going to be able to start to get the benefits of it very, very soon. As well as he does have the Observer up already, but the Observer is where? Oh, it's going all the way up to the top of the map, so it's going to be out of position if these Banshees show up.
You know, I have to wonder, I'm wondering if that Raven is going to be there to
snipe the Banshee.
The Observer.
Yep.
So
yeah,
that's
what I mean.
Banshees are then, perfectly good to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I haven't seen it with Raven as much. Like, it's pretty typical to, I guess with Raven, but it's pretty typical to see that with Vikings as well. Basically, you've got the Raven or the Scan in there with the Vikings, and they can just snipe off the one or two observers, and it's really difficult for Protoss to deal with. But you really do need Vikings to make that truly effective. I don't think Marines are going to be, it's harder to get that, whereas the Vikings will just automatically auto-attack the Observer.
So Dunne has seen the two-port Banshees now with his Observer, so he is aware, and he is actually going to lose that Observer to the Raven, so he knows pretty much what's going on now. So let's see what he does to respond to that. He does have his first Colossi out already, and he is building another Observer to replace that one. He does have a Forge coming up, so maybe he'll throw some cannons up to deal with any sort of Banshees, so he has to deal with less Observers and continue Colossi production. And he is throwing down another gate.
This is a lot of Banshees. I feel like he might want to be getting some air to help deal with that.
Stalkers should be okay to deal with that as long as he has enough. I guess the point defense drone will shut down the Stalkers, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
that is so many Banshees.
Very effective against point defense drones. They can actually take them down.
Here come the SCVs. And he is going all in with this build. So we're going to see the final engagement of the game already. Either Dunne is going to hold this and win the game, or he is going to lose to this ridiculous all-in. So that is so many Banshees, though. That is a lot of Banshees.
Yeah, we've got 6 Banshees, 21 Marines, 1 Raven there for probably point defense drone and to snipe down the Observers, and 4 Hellions in the mix. We've got another Raven on the way, too. I'm surprised he's not waiting for that other Raven if he's going for it. I'm surprised he's not waiting for everything to be down there. But
we do have more Stalkers warping in, and looks like they're going to dance about for a little bit first. The Guardian Shield goes up, and the Banshees start to come in, and they get cloaked. He is able to see them, I think. Yes, he does have an Observer. Actually, I don't think he does see them. He doesn't have
he has an Observer in there.
Where?
It's over the army.
Oh, is it? Oh, there it is. I am blind. Okay. The point defense drones are up, though.
He just doesn't have enough to handle it. I mean, he doesn't have a large enough army.
I think what's really going to make those go in Terran's favor is the point defense drones. They're going to be able to shut those Stalkers down. So he's really going to want to not engage around those point defense drones.
Well, and point defense drones are pretty expensive energy-wise. They're 100 energy, so, having some of those dropped at once, I think, might have been a little bit, of a...
And he actually took